Welcome back to DAGryffyn Hobby. My name's Dave. This past weekend was the Wayne Train Show. And for once, I wasn't there really to buy, but more to sell. Yes, I sold for the first time at a train show, and it was quite an experience. First question people seem to have is, did I sell anything? Yes, I did. I sold something that used to sit right here, and that would be my MPC era Santa Fe Far Set #1. I sold the whole thing. It's okay. It's okay. It went to a good home. I know they're going to enjoy it. It's just sometimes hard to let go of things. But I've got the Pensy set, and that makes me happy. So I made some room. I made a couple bucks, and now I can get something else. So yes, I was there as a vendor to sell trains, and it was definitely an experience. Apart from getting up at 5:30 in the morning to get there by 7 so that I could set up and get everything ready to go by 9, it was something. Honestly, the whole experience has given me an appreciation for all the vendors that do this all the time. I don't know how they do it. So if you're a vendor and you get to all these shows and you sell us those trains, thank you, because I have a better appreciation for how much hard work it really is. I do have to say, I did have a little bit of naive hope and expectation that I was going to sell a lot of stuff. Even though I knew rationally that I wasn't going to, there was still that little glimmer of hope that I would clear everything off the table and go home with nothing but cash. Well, it didn't happen. Other than my Far Set, I'm trying to remember what I sold of mine. I actually did sell 2 pieces of my layout that I had removed when I added more height. I last minute thought, I should bring these pieces of foam in case anybody wants to buy part of my layout. I did actually end up selling both those pieces, and I signed them both too. Collector's items. You'll have to watch out for those on the market in the years to come. So really, I would have to look back and see what else it was that I sold of mine. Maybe a car or two. Really can't remember. But of the Williams stuff that I still have some of, I sold a Conrail EP5 set. I sold a post-war barrel car in black with the yellow ramp for a good chunk. That was pretty cool. I was excited to sell that. To me, a rare car isn't really worth much. To me, it's a $20 car. So to get anything for it more than 20 was just exciting. My wife was there helping me out so that I could actually get away from the table a couple of times and stretch my legs and walk around a little bit. I did come home with a new toy, and surprise, surprise, it qualifies for a $30 train show challenge. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But as is usually the case, I spent most of the time chatting with people, and I had a fantastic time. My takeaway from doing a show as a vendor, it's hard work. It's time consuming, it's backbreaking, mildly frustrating to probably extremely frustrating depending on the day. And I can't imagine doing it on a regular basis. I've done it once and I'm happy I did so. Maybe I'll do it again in a year if I have stuff I want to unload. But really, as annoying as selling stuff online is, it's a lot less backbreaking than taking all that stuff to another location to sell. So, as I said, props to you guys that are out there doing it every week and selling trains at shows. It's not easy. So, thank you for what you do. Since I was essentially working, I really didn't get much time to take a bunch of pictures. I snapped a few as I wandered around. I've been to this show a couple times now, and it is a pretty good show for a small show. It's a pretty good show for a larger show. So I'm definitely going back there many times. One of the things I came home with is this New York Central 3464 car. The Baby Ruths are definitely my favorite from this era, but I do really like these New York Central cars. I think they're just a really great color, and I like the New York Central logo that's embossed there on the side. They make a nice addition to a train when I want to run something other than just Baby Ruth cars. And this car was given to me by another vendor, so thank you very much. I appreciate your generosity, and you will definitely be seeing this on the rails. My buddy James at JR Trains saw that I was admiring this set of pickup trucks. A New York Central and a Reading Lines. There were other pickup trucks there. I think there was a set of Pensy ones, but the Reading Lines colors really got me, and I just really also loved the colors on the New York Central pickup. I was looking at these mainly because I needed some more train-related vehicles that I could put headlights in, and these just looked like they would be a great addition. I'm going to put lights in them. I'm going to try to put in tail lights. He gave me a couple of ideas on using some really small LEDs and using them as the taillight itself. So I've got some work to do with these two, but either way, I think they just look amazing. That's a good looking pickup truck. And you know what's nice? Tailgate opens. I think that's just too cool. You know, it's little details like that that make modeling fun, because now I'm not stuck with having to have the tailgate up. I can set up a little more action by having the tailgate down. Maybe somebody's loading or unloading. It just adds to the possibility. And of course, the door's open. So thank you, James. I'm really going to enjoy these. This is a conventional Lionel Lines 080 I picked up quite a long time ago for, I think, 60 bucks. And it has been an extremely reliable and well-running engine. There were a couple things that always bothered me about it. I didn't really want the Lionel Lines one. I wanted the Pennsylvania one. But for the price, couldn't complain. I've thought many times of painting the shell, doing the red cab roof, redoing the tender to say Pennsylvania. I just haven't had the time. Another thing that bothers me about this engine is the very basic side rods. I know there are other 080s with much nicer detailing. Well, it just so happened that the table directly behind me had an engine, Union Pacific version of the 080, with additional detail on the side rods and an electronic whistle as opposed to the air whistle in the Lionel Lines version. Union Pacific, not the railroad I wanted, but for the price, I really couldn't say no. Now, it supposedly does not work, and they told me that. They said, you know, they hadn't had time to look at it yet, but it didn't work, and they didn't know what was wrong with it. They had $30 on it. I offered $25, and they took it. So it's sitting here on the rails now. I say, we see what happens. Well, I'd say a whole lot of nothing is happening. Oh, I got a headlight. I hear something. Well, it's not moving, but we have that fantastic whistle. Okay, well, it's purely conventional, so I don't need the tender on it at the moment. At least I believe it's purely conventional. On the bottom, we've got a reverse on-off. That was that on-off? It was set to off. I moved it to on, and we have smoke, which is off at the moment. I'm going to leave that off for right now. We got one traction tire. It's a little messy, a little dirty. It looks like it's been used. Okay, well, I've got headlight, but that's about it. What am I going to do with this $25 engine that does not work? That's the $100 question, isn't it? So the plan is I'll take it apart. I'll see if it's something I can fix. Maybe something's jammed. Maybe a wire is broken. Maybe it's an electrical problem and I won't be able to repair it. I don't know. But if that's the case, then I plan on using this as a reason to make the 080 that I want. And I will use whichever shell, whichever pieces make the most sense. Obviously, with the nicer side rods and the nice steel rimmed wheels, look a lot better than just these cast wheels. So it will be a project. I wish I had time right now to dig into this and see what's going on. But I guess that's going to have to wait for another day. But still, as far as I'm concerned, that qualifies as a $25 train haul. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on DAGryffyn Hobby.